Hello and welcome back to another Total War Warhammer multiplayer battle. Today I'm playing the Empire, Tokshen's playing Bretonnia, and we're currently going after a wing of Orc Boy Biggins, which is a tongue twister for me. Let's try to say it again. Savage Orc Boy Biggins. Savage Orc Boy Biggins. Anyway, I've got my Hammer of the Witches right now and two great cannon, currently shooting at them to destroy them. If we can do that, they'll be greatly weakened. We're gonna probably meet up over here somewhere if I remember correctly. Tokshen's gonna go in. I usually let him take the brunt of the flak. Don't tell him that, he knows. It's true. And then I move in carefully and I use my regimented formation to destroy our enemies together. As they're both usually going after Tokshen, going, hey, I need to kill that guy. Here they go right now. We're looking at an army of Orc Biggins right now. My build will be linked down below. It should be a great one. Volkmar's big hammer. Great hammer, rather. And right now we've got Tokshen's own archers beginning to shoot at these Orc Biggins right now. If you look at their armor, they do not have a lot of armor. They have enough to block a bit of damage, but not enough. We're looking over here at grudge throwers now attacking them. We're looking at a great amount of gyrocopters. Fortunately, the Flying Pegasus Knight group can destroy that easily, provided they do get to fight. And I wouldn't actually use a war boss to fight the king. The king is very powerful. He can easily win. He's been buffed up, and our enemy's been debuffed. Let's go check out the charge right now. What's happening right over here? They're beginning to move in. Tokshen is a very good Bretonnian player. The Sword of Coron is very good. You can pay for it to be applied to your king, and you want it no matter what. The king is so powerful. He's an integral part of the Bretonnian army, for sure. And here's a paladin. Paladins are very strong. Ooh. Right through them, and a few more have died. And now they're charging in. They're all leaping into combat a lot like that. A few are falling, a few are kicking. They're doing their thing. And again, I'm moving in too. I've got Volkmar on the way. I've got my Demigryph Knights who are back here. Regiments of Renown are moving in. I shot up quite a few of the Savage Orc Boy Biggins. And now they're moving over here. And I'll be using all my cannon fire to do a lot of damage. I mean, look at what I have. They're actually pretty safe too. I don't know if they actually ever do manage to hit them. I don't remember what goes on for the battle. I have a lot of battles that I haven't covered yet. There's actually a lot of battles that I've not covered overall. And over here, I feel like there's a WoW dungeon. Ultimon or something, right? There they go. The Orc leader is in big trouble now. He lost the fight big time. The king barely took any damage. If you look at it right now, the dwarf player is taking his time right now. He's not really in a big rush. I don't know why. They could have really piled upon Tokshen, but they didn't. That allowed me time to do my own thing over here. I'm now going to go fight some Orc Biggins. They're being hit by 2 units right now. Armor piercing and non-armor piercing. Generic damage. I've got my cannons over here hitting them. Tokshen's got his flying knights over here. He may have forgotten about him for a brief moment. But I'm shooting Black Orcs, and I'm trying to make sure that they're weakened before they can actually get to the battle. Here comes me. We're looking at Volkmar now moving in. He's got 13 kills. I'm using him to just kind of charge on through. Tokshen does have 2 paladins. We do have a giant over here. Oh, and it spelled... Oh, wow. It left an actual imprint. That's really cool. What? I never knew that. Oh, holy hell. That is really cool. But I've got all my halberds right now fighting a giant, and I'll probably be shooting the giant too. Whoa. A bit of damage to my morale, but I'm having range units now shoot that giant down. Then I've got my Amber Wizard coming in. A little bit of variety for sure. Yeah, the giant's got quite a few kills, but now it's gone. It has fallen. It actually kills people when it falls? Really? Huh. Cool. Little details like that are really great. Hard to notice too. That's why I appreciate them. Alright, Manticore did flank the Biggins, and now they're beginning to flee. Tokshen held on. I mean, he used all his buffs, and I was here too to buff him up. That's why I brought in Volkmar. But no, when you have all of that, you can hold as Bretonnia. Now, the dwarf player's on his way. Got a bit more of the battle to play out. My handgunners are moving in. Flagellants are beginning to move into position. They're probably feeling pretty nipply right now, being that it is currently very cold out here. Here's a damsel, another integral part of the Bretonnian military. For buffing and debuffing. Alright, Tokshen probably has to pull back a little bit at this point, but he's got his Grell Knights who have taken very little damage and they can charge in. We're looking at gyrocopters that I will begin to shoot at and he will begin to shoot at. Hopefully soon. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah. My cannons are now also shooting at them. Another orc spell, but nothing major. I wouldn't have used that. I would have used buffs and debuffs, but too late for that, I guess. Tokshen's bringing in the king. The Red Stars should be largely gone. A lot of them are gone. The crew could probably come back, but they probably forgot about him. The Black Orcs were largely destroyed and did not earn any kills at all. Okay, Tokshen's finally bringing in the knights, and that's where things change up. I'm hoping that I do change up the firing targets of my cannon. I do. I did pay attention to that, and now we're firing at a giant over here. If you look at it right now, I'm in formation. I'm just waiting. I let Tokshen take a brunt of that fight, but I usually do that for a reason. If you look at my men, we're fresh. If you look at that, in a 2v2, that is what is really important. It doesn't always happen, but I was in a regimented formation waiting for them, that if Tokshen's men couldn't pull it off, then I would move in formation and finally destroy them. Not to mention, the main goal of my build currently, if they weren't going to come after my cannon, was to let my cannon do a majority of the damage. If you would imagine, that is what has done so much damage to a Black Orc group, where I wiped out a Black Orc group, where now I'm killing another giant nearly immediately, and the giant's gone. And over here, Tokshen's got the gyrocopters, and I've got my flying manticore doing its own business right now. And that is why we were okay. That is why they couldn't hold on. Then I begin to have my cannon, I believe, shoot into the large amounts of dwarfs over here. Volkmar is coming back in, steamrolling them. Getting some dwarf beard in my wheels. I don't know who's going to clean that up. Grell Knights is still fighting. Tokshen could have pulled back here, but he was feeling very Bretonnian that day. I'm currently shooting a Goblin Big Boss who got a few kills. Not a lot, but a few. Got a little spear. Archers are shooting at the orcs who are fleeing. There's an orc shaman. They're kind of gangly looking. There we go. That big boss is shattered. I wonder if I change up my fire. I probably do. Just shoot over here now. There might be some friendly fire, but it's okay. 59 kills for Volkmar. The dwarf player just grouped up. He grouped up way too much. He could have used his men to really stop us, and then he would have been able to flank us too. He had a lot of armor piercing. He could have flanked us a lot, but he chose not to. He chose to group us all up, trying to fight us like that. He could have surrounded the Grell Knights. He didn't really do that. I mean, he began to do it here, but that's a little bit late, and then the Grell Knights have been here for a long period of time. I now have all my cannons shooting into one location. Yeah, the king is just very powerful. You've got to make a concentrated effort to fight him. He may only have 27 kills, but he's been going after leaders and gyrocopters and all that. Volkmar's tired. He killed 65. We're looking at my Empire Captain and Amber Wizard who are moving on over. My cannon are over here doing their thing, doing a great job of destroying. Look at that. That's a lot of kills, especially when I begin to target a lot of really more powerful units. I'm trying to make sure that I hit anything that's fleeing. That way they're shattered and they will not be coming back. Dwarf player still has a few that kind of broke but came back, and I'm beginning to move in now. I have layers to my formation right now where they cannot pass me up. They can't do anything about it. Again, my whole goal was to just utilize my cannon in support of Tokshen, who didn't really break. I mean, he did a great job. I mean, he's breaking here, but that's after a very long fight. I mean, that's really impressive that his men held for that long and killed so many. My flagellants took a lot of damage, but they did their part. They were here to stop my enemies, and they did. Flying Manticore's moving back. We're trying to get that gyrocopter. It's fleeing. 12 kills. 72 from, or actually 15 for you, 12 for you. Who got the big amount of kills? Oh, Volkmar, right. Alright, the battle's about to be over. We're still fighting over here now. Let's go check it out. Oh. There went in your head. Oh, man. Beautiful. Flying Manticore. Every flying creature came in. Oh, my. Dwarf Slayers had a very bad day. Look at their little heads, man. Oh, no. Oh, no. It didn't go very well for them. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. And we won the battle. The battle's over. Let's go check out the kill feed real quick. Alright, I didn't lose anything at all. I believe I pointed that out to Tokshen, but look at my cannons. My cannons, at least one of them got fully upgraded for sure. I don't know if I did that, but they got 126 kills, which is a lot. My other cannons got a lot of kills. If we look at the Orc player, he didn't get to do a lot. He had a lot of Orc biggins, probably too many. He didn't have enough fodder, and he wasn't able to flank. That was a very good map for us to fight on where we did fight, because, I mean, they were unable to flank. They didn't even try to get my cannons, which was a really bad call. My flagellants were just kind of there to stop them. My handgunners did their part. Volkmar did his part to support the Bretonnian soldiers. Over here, Tokshen got a lot of kills via knights. I mean, he did a lot of damage. His grilled knights did a lot of damage. He only brought one group, and that was enough. His mounted yeomen, I don't even know where they were at. The peasant bowmen did their part. That group got a lot of kills, and we're looking to just add a lot of armor-piercing kills. The paladins did a lot. The king did a lot. The damsel buffed and debuffed, so I mean, for her to get 11 kills, that's a good amount too. Over here, let's go look at what they have. Two big bosses. I mean, I plot them for a unconventional type of build. Sure, we got that going on. Two giants, which are usually pretty good, but we had too much to counter that. Way too much. One orc biggin group got a lot of kills. The savage orc board boys, biggins, whatever, man, tongue twister, they didn't do a lot. The dwarf player had too many choppers, way too many, and they weren't utilized effectively at all. He needed a lot more infantry, potentially cannon. Cannon would have been a better choice for him. He would have been able to do a lot more with that. He needed a little bit more range. He had a lot of armor piercing. So, like, we had very dedicated builds on their side, which could have potentially countered us, maybe. But we didn't really even have the armor for that to be a huge problem. If we were playing as Chaos, yeah, that might actually be a problem. If we were playing as another faction that had a lot more armor in our builds, yeah, that would have been a huge problem. But we didn't, so they weren't able to get very far with that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like down below. Check out more multiplayer down below. And as always, until then.